All right then, so now what we are going to do, we are going to customize this sidebar looking like exactly the same way what we do have there. Okay, so first let's go ahead and create the routes. So what are the routes that is going to be the guest routes, and what are the routes that is going to be the admin routes? Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So let's create both of the routes. So what we are going to do is, so I'm just going to say const, okay, not here. Let's create the routes on the top of it. So const, let's say admin routes. So how the routes is going to be, basically array, the routes are going to be the array of objects. So inside here, I'm going to create an object with the property of icon. What is the property? It's going to be the list property. And what is the label that is going to be displayed? So when it comes to list, you need to import it from the Lucid React. So make sure that is being imported from there. And label property, which is going to be /jobs, and the href, the hyperreference, which is going to be /admin/jobs. All right, that is the thing. And what else that we need to have when it comes to the admin routes? We need to have the jobs, companies, and analytics. These are the three routes. So let's go ahead and copy and paste it two more times. So this time the icon is going to be the list again. Instead of jobs, this is going to be the companies and admin companies. And this time this is going to be the compass coming from Lucid React. And this is going to be the analytics. Save this changes. Okay, these are the admin routes. So let's copy this one more time and let's paste it one more time for guest routes. This is going to be the guest routes. Okay, so first icon is going to be the home name. It's going to be home. The href is going to be /empty/. And the second one, which is going to be the same compass icon, and this time this is going to be the search. And instead of admin search, this is plainly going to be the search. Okay, and at last, so you need to have the profile, right? If you get back over here, exit, what are the route? We have the profile and save jobs. So this time this is going to be the user icon from the Lucid React. This is going to be the profile. And this time this is going to be /user. That's the route name that we are fixing it. And one more route for the guest. This is going to be the bookmarked icon from the Lucid React, and this is going to be the saved jobs, which is saved by the user, and the route, which is going to be saved jobs, something like that. These are the routes for the guest, and these are the routes for the admin. So now we are going to render it based on the routes, how it's been loaded. So in order to get that, we need the path name. So const path name is equals to use path name. Open it from the next navigation. Make sure that is being imported from the next navigation. Then we need to get the router. So const router to navigate the user to that specific route. So use router from where? From next navigation. That is also should be imported from the next navigation. Okay, and we need to figure it out whether it is the search page or whether it is the admin page. Okay, so if it is the admin page, we need to load the admin route. If he is in the normal users page, he needs to use the guest routes. So first const is admin page is equals to, so path name should be starts with /admin. If it is say so, he is an admin page. So const routes equals to is admin page. If it is true, then use the admin routes, or else use the guest routes. That's something like that. Okay, so now what we have to do is to let's get back to this division, and for this class name, let's say flex and flex column, and it should occupy the width, complete width. Save it. And now instead of this sidebar routes inside here, I'm gonna render the routes. So routes dot map, open it. I need to get the every single route out of it, and I need to render something over here. which in this case we are going to create one more icon. That is going to be the sidebar route item. So let's get back over here and create a new component called sidebar route item.tsx, something like that. Okay, and inside here, now what we are going to do, we are going to create the route over here. So this is going to be RAFC, and let's say change this to sidebar route items. Save this, we don't need this import statement, change it, and let's keep this and import it over here, and let's apply the key and route dot href, because every route is a unique route, you can see. So let's apply that as a key over here. Save these changes, and now you should be able to see 4 different routes over here: sidebar route, sidebar route, sidebar route. Okay, so fine. Now what we have to do is to let's get back to the sidebar route over here and start customizing, because first, what are the things that we need to get back inside here? If we'll have a look at it here, we need to bring the icon, we need to bring the label, and we need to, when I click this, it's need to navigate it, so we need to bring the href. So let's go ahead and create those things. So first, what I'm going to do is interface sidebar item props. So let's create the props first. So what are the prop that we need? Icon prop, which is going to be the Lucid icon reference. So import the Lucid icon from the Lucid React. Then we need the label prop, which is going to be the string type. Then we need to have the hyper reference, and that is also going to be the string type. Save the changes, and let's bring it over here from where? From the sidebar item props. So let's destructure those icon, label, and href. Save these changes, and we need to send those things straight away from here, one after another. So we have the key property. Now I need to send the icon, which is going to be route.icon. Then I need to send the label, which is going to be route.label. Then I need to send the href, which is, of course, it's going to be route.href. Save these changes. Now all these informations will be passed up over here. Okay, so let's get back over here now. Okay, so since this is an icon is a component, so we need to get it as a component, so it should be in the capital letter, something like that. So change that to the capital letter. Okay, so inside here, what we are going to do is we are going to bring a button. Okay, so button. So for this button, we are going to map an on click. Whenever I'm clicking this, I'm going to call this on click function, which we don't have yet, because of course we need to, because when you click, that user needs to push that to that specific route, right? So const on click is a function. It's a callback function. Okay, so we don't have that. So if you want to push the user, so first we need to access the path name, just like the same way, use the use path name from next navigation. So before that, change this to use client, then const router is equals to use router from the next navigation. Okay, these are the 2 things that we needed. So first we need to figure it out which route is being active. So in order to get that, what I'm going to do is const is active, which is equals to, so if the path name is equals to slash, okay, if it is equals to slash and the href, which is equals to the slash, or if the path name is equals to href, or if the path name dot starts with, if the path name starts with whatever the sub routes, also you need to calculate slash admin slash jobs, whatever it is, then that means the admin route needs to be active, right? So in that case also you need to verify. So if it is starting with this specific href and it's following with the sub routes, then it's need to be marked as an active. So first we are checking whether it is a home route and the href is also home, then we need to mark it as active. Or if the path name is equals to href, or if the path name is equals to starting with slash admin or slash whatever it is, we need to mark it as an active. Okay, so it will make sense. So you can see now we are in the home page, right? That's the reason path name is equals to slash, and the href is also equals to the slash. Now if I jump back to the admin mode, you can see it initially showing the jobs as an active, because inside the slash admin we are having the route as jobs. If I click companies, inside the admin we are in the companies. That's the reason company routes are active. So that's what I'm trying to say over here. Okay, cool. So now router, we need to push the router dot user to that specific route, href router dot push to that specific user. So now the on click event has been finished, and inside here now what we need to do is we need to bring the icon over here just like this. We need to bring the icon, text, and all these things. So let's go ahead and do that. Inside this, I'm going to create a div, class name, flex item center, gap x it's going to be 2, and py is going to be 4. Inside here we need to bring the icon. Okay, and we are going to fix the size as 22. Then right after here I need to bring the label over here, save these changes, and now you should be able to see the icon and as well as the label. And right after this division, this is going to be that the highlighter. This is going to be the highlighter color, which is going to be the active route. So we need to create the division. First, let's fix the styles for this button. Since we already know that we have this cn function which is provided by the Shadcn itself to create the custom routes based on, so to create the custom styles based on a specific conditions. So if it is active, I need to display something. If it is not active, I need to display something. There are two possibilities over here. So I'm going to use this cn function. First one which is going to be common, and the second one which is going to be based on the condition. So we can have two different things. So inside the first one, I'm going to say wait a minute. So I'm going to have the styles like flex, item center, and gap x is going to be 2, and text is going to be neutral 500. That's a basic color, and text size it's going to be small, and the font of course which is going to have the weight as 500. Then padding left, it is going to be 6, and the transition all whenever I'm hovering it. So I need to change the text color. So whenever I'm hovering it, text neutral color should be changed to 600, and when I'm hovering it, the bg color should be neutral 300 / 20% of its color. So let me wrap these, enable the word wrap, so you should be able to see the complete styles whatever I written over here. So this is how it should looks like, whatever the styles we written so far for the button. Okay, then now what we need to do is, if it is active, instead of this double quotes, what I'm going to say, if it is active, then only if it is active you need to use this styles. So text color should be purple 700, something like that, and bg should be purple 700 / 20%, and on hover I need to do the same thing, bg purple 700 20% / 20%. Save this, and on hover the text should be purple 700. Oh, think this is need to be in our normal styles. All right, oops, we do already have something. Okay, fine, this is how it should looks like. So now all we have to do is to bring this also. Okay, so bg, that is some mistake in the bg purple bg, oh, this is not 700, bg purple 200. This is how it looks like. Okay, not 700, this is 200. So now the button styles it's been successfully completed. Now we need to change these styles for the icon as well as class name, and change this to cn function and open it. By default the text color is going to be neutral 500, and whenever it is active, so I'm gonna say the text color is going to be purple 700, something like that, looks like that. Okay, Then what we need to do, we need to bring that highlighter. So let's create a div. So for that, which is going to have a class name cn, open it, and first let's say margin left, which is going to be auto, which needs to be completely pulled all the way to the right side. So opacity, which is going to be 0, and the border, of course, it's going to be 2, and border color is going to be purple 700. Okay, and height, of course, it's going to be full, and the transition, of course, it's going to be all. But when the opacity needs to be active, only if it is active, I need to bring the opacity as 100 percentage. Opacity as 100 percentage. Save these changes. You can see now we should be able to see that border. So only if whenever if the route is active, you should be able to see that particular route as an active. Okay, so now we have this sidebar. So now if you bring it to the small screen, you should be able to see, you can't able to see that because that route is in the mobile screen, because that is how we returned it over here. See, in the sidebar routes, you should be able to see okay, sidebar, where it is layout. Where is that page dot route navbar routes? No, this is for header navbar. No, this is not one. Sidebar route item. Oh, come on, I missed that one. I mentioned it somewhere. Navbar. Where it is layout. Ah, here it is. It is in the layout. That's what I'm wondering. The sidebar needs to be hidden and it's need to be displayed on only on the medium devices. Now for the mobile screen, so we need to fix that for our mobile screen. So now you guys needs to navigate to the navbar, because this is the place where we are going to bring our mobile sidebar. Okay, so this is the thing that we need to bring. So in order to have this mobile sidebar actions, if you check it out over here, in this you can see we having this nice pullover bar over here. So to bring that, what we need to do is get back to the Shadcn, and you should be able to see this sheet. So this is the one that we are going to bring it. If you click that, this is going to bring that one. So this is the thing that we need to install. So copy this, and let me get back over here and stop your server, paste it and hit it enter. So let's go ahead and install that one. Okay, so and we need to create this component, right? So let's create a new component over here called mobile sidebar.tsx. Hit the enter, and over here I'm just going to say sfs or rafc mobile sidebar. So I don't need that import statement. Save these changes, and we need to bring all these things. These are the things that we are going to bring. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it straight away over here, and copy this import statement as well, and let's bring it over here and paste it. Okay, so now what we are going to do is this open is not going to be the trigger button. So basically that is going to be the menu icon which is coming from the Lucid React. And for this trigger, this needs to be displayed only when you are in the small screen, which means from the medium devices onwards, it's need to be hidden, and the padding right it's going to be 4, and hover, I'm going to change the opacity level to the 75 percentage, and I'm going to add some transitions for it. Okay, and whenever the sheet trigger is being triggered, the sheet content needs to be loaded, right? So let's bring the mobile sidebar, save it, save these changes, and now if I bring the mobile sidebar, oh sorry, we need to run the application, npm run dev. So let's run it. Now once it's started, refresh it, you should be able to see that menu icon over there. Okay, now if you click it, you should be able to see this, it's bringing this content. But the thing is, we need the content from where? From the left side. So in order to bring that from the left side, add the styles for this class name. Let's make the content bg as white color, and we don't need any padding. Remove the padding as well as, and the side, it should come from where? From the left side. Save these changes. Now if we click it, you can see it doesn't have any padding at all. It's coming from the left side. Okay, so now in this, instead of this content, what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this completely, and I'm going to bring my sidebar over here, sidebar, which we created just like that. So we can delete the unwanted import statements, and now you should be able to see your logo and the text. So that's the reason we created that sidebar as a reusable component. On the mobile screens you can see that, and on the big screens also you can see that sidebar, and this is how in the mobile screens. So we successfully created ourselves the sidebars, navigations and everything. So now all we have to do is to go ahead and start working on the admin pages. So if you click this admin, you should be able to see that we are getting this issue over here. So let's go ahead and fix that and make sure whether everything is working fine or not. So first what we need to do is inside this route, I'm going to create a new folder called admin. Okay, that's the admin it's going to be. And inside this, I'm going to say jobs. And inside this, I'm going to say page.tsx, sfc, jobs, page, over, view, div, jobs, page. Save these changes, and now you should be able to see the jobs page, but we can't able to see any of its content over here. So that's the reason, is because the complete content is behind the screen. So what we can do that is, let's get back to the layout over here for the dashboard layout. Okay, so this is the place where our main content is being displayed, right? So what I'm going to do is, so for this header also, when it's on the medium devices, we need to pull all the way from the left. So padding left should be always like this. We have to do the same stuff for what? For our main, so class name on the medium devices. So the padding left for 56, because it will always be on the top left. So we need to push it the left side a little bit. And from the padding top, we need to push it 20. And it should always take the 100% height. Now we should be able to see this slash jobs over here. Okay, so now we can see we don't have this admin mode. We are seeing it as an exit mode, and you can see we have the changeovers in the menus also. If you click exit, you should be able to see these remaining routes. If you click admin mode, you should be able to see this. Okay, so now we fix the complete layout, and now all we have to do is to go ahead and start designing one after another, and that's what we are going to do next.